Drea O.
Drea O.
Drea O.
Drea O.
Drea O. Drea O.
I'm from Chicago and
I'm with Drea O right now.
Drea O. Drea O.
Beautiful Drea O.
I'm with my girl Drea O.
And she everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
It's everywhere you go. It's crazy.
okay.
So I told my mom and she didn't believe me. And she ended up putting me in a teenage, like, I guess it's like an insane asylum or whatever, like those, they keep you. And when they was about to let me out, she gave me a choice. She's like, you're either gonna stay here or I'm going to send you to your father. And I was like, I'm not staying here because I know I'm not crazy. So you're gonna send me to New York. And she sent me away. So it was a lot for me.
So the funny thing is, I think a lot of people know you. You have a really big following from all over the place. Mm-hmm. Big presence on social media, big presence all over the place. But do people really know your story? Do you feel that people understand you and who you really are?
I'm not really looking for people to understand me. I've got to that point in my life, like, where I'm just like, whatever you hear is true. You think I'm this, it's true. You think I'm a sweetheart, it's true. You think I'm mean, it's true. Because it's like, I can't sit there and go over millions and millions of people and explain my story. It's just when I have that platform or those opportunities or interviews, it's just like, hey, this is my time to tell my story and I hope that it helps someone. It's never for a validation or somebody to understand me, because not people aren't put here to understand you. So I've gotten past that. I used to be like that. Like, yeah, I want people to understand me. I want them to hear my story, but I want them to hear it from me, like my story, to encourage, not for them to understand me, but to encourage somebody in their life and for them to do better by hearing my story. Because I've heard, you ain't gonna make it. You gonna be dead before 20, all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, let me go over to the piano. Let me go sing. Let me go figure out life and put these things together to better myself. So no, it's not that. It's just more of wanting people to hear what I've been through so it can help them accomplish things in life. But no, I don't need no validation. I don't care what y'all be thinking about me.
So when people initially started saying things, I guess, that were negative, how did you deal with that? Did it at one point, did that? Yeah. So how did you end up?
I would cry. I have really, really bad anxiety attacks even till now. And I don't take medication for it. I refuse to, because when I do have them, I think about things that could help me other than being on medication. I don't know if some people do know or don't, but, and this is not to tell the world or just to say it just for you to know it about me, but I'm a recovering addict for 7 years now. The only thing I do is weed. When I was dealing with the drug habit, like, people would bash me. People would talk about me. You're a stripper, you're this. And it was difficult. My anxiety attacks are still, I have them. I sometimes have depression, but nothing as much as before. And it really was attacking those two main things, depression and anxiety, when people would say things. Now versus before, it doesn't affect me. One, because I'm more healthier, more cleaner person. I'm acknowledging that what people say does not validate who you are. Mm-hmm. It will never validate who you are. And so I just, switched out some people and kept my environment positive so that it won't matter what people say about me. People still say things about me. Then when they meet me, I be remembering Instagrams.
I know.
I be remembering. And when I see them, it's a whole another way. They're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do the comment. I'm like, you mean this comment right here?
And that's the thing. A lot of times people are so fleeting with it. They'll just be at the crib at
they'll
9
just be
p.m.,
saying things.
just saying random stuff, and they don't even
Instead
know.
of getting some money.
It's because they think that you're not going to see it, or you're a celebrity
I see
and you're not
everything.
seeing that,
And I tell people all the time, I'm like, I'm not. I know that to some, because that's their mindset, and it's okay, because they don't know. Like, a celebrity or being famous is not because you get on TV or anything. Like, I never wanted that. I don't care for it, but it happened. So when people be like, you're famous, you're not supposed to be saying this, or you're a celebrity. And I'm like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not famous. I'm just love what I do. And I will always be like that. I don't care how big I get. I will always be like that because I didn't want the approval of being famous. I want the approval of with myself of music, like and hearing. I just had a little bumps, but I don't be caring what people say.
But you do know that's a blessing. Like people work every single day to get attention. There's people,
the crowd, and people
like,
don't
are
even,
you kidding me? They do random stunts just
people
to get,
don't even know that the clout is within themselves. Like I always tell this, I am my own clout, honey. I just got to figure out how my own clout, how to make it a little bit more bigger so everybody else can see it. I don't have to do anything crazy or take from somebody's name or anything like that. You are your own clout. And I think what frustrates people is when you figure out you're your own clout, you also have to figure out that who you are as a person. And it took me a while to figure it out. So once I figured out who I was, I'm like, man, I'm my own clout, honey. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Once you figure that out, you just got to figure out how to just swag it. And so.
And I definitely do want to talk about your secret to success, how you were able to just get your name and your face out there without, because you were popping by yourself before reality TV.
You know what it was?
We all knew who you were before you ever even graced television.
I used to dance, and I was a dancer.
But there's a lot of dancers. What made you become
I was the one that, you gonna know who I am. Like I would watch people with their, like I would notice that a lot of slim girls were the ones that did flips and twirls on the pole. I was like, I'm going to learn this. And I'm a thick girl. And I learned it. And it was just like everything to people. And then I'm not the one that's just going to walk past at that time and be like, hey, look at me. I'm like, hi, I'm Jhonni. I sing and I play 6 instruments. Would you like a dance? Or if it's a popular person that come in, hey, could y'all send 2 bottles to over there or whatever? And it's from me and they let me in and I say hi. And then it just goes from there. It became like this thing that I always told myself, whatever I do, even if it's bad, from when I was pushed into prostitution at a young age, from when I danced, anything, it might not be something I'm proud of, but damn it, if I'm in it and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And you're going to know me for what I'm in there for. I shouldn't be embarrassed that I'm doing it because I'm in it. So might as well take it to the extreme. And when I started dancing, I didn't have my mindset so much on music. It was more of, let me get this quick money. And I have to make more money. So therefore, what can I do that's a little different? So now that I knew I made all that money, I would sometimes invest in it. It's like an investment. Let me send this bottle to this celeb. Let me do this. Let me throw ones at this girl that might not make as much as me. And you never know, that same girl might be the girl, and it always happens. That girl, that slim girl everybody laughs at, might be a celebrity's favorite because that's what he liked. And she's pointing at me like, Jhonni, come over here. You got 13,000. We about to split it. Or, so I've always been that girl. So with the dancing, I just, did it to my best. So that's what made me popular. Then I ended up on magazines like Straight Stunt Magazine, Double XL. I started doing music videos in New York, from Finch, Montana, Jadakiss, and all these people. But I always made sure I was like, I sing, I play instruments, I do this, I do that. So it was like the stripper this song. That's kind of how it got popular. And I moved to Houston, and Texas and Atlanta is like the it place for dancing. So definitely, you know how that went. They just, let me go ahead, and she's already popular now. Let's make her even more popular. And I landed on TV. Wow. Because of Texas.
So let's start from the beginning. Let's go all the way back to baby Jhonni.
Oh, Lord. BK to Jhonni.
A lot of people might know you from Houston, but you're originally from Georgia?
Yes, I am from Valdosta, Georgia, Moody Air Force Base. And I didn't live there long. Went overseas to Germany. And then Houston, Dallas, Detroit, New York, Philly I've lived in too. Detroit, Florida, Tampa, Houston, Texas. Yeah, it's just... So people be like, she's from Houston, she's from New York. So I just let them do what they do. I'm like, if you think I'm from there, that's cool. I'm cool with it. So I am originally from Valdosta, Georgia. I'm a Georgia baby.
So talk to me about your journey as a teenager all the way up until when you decided you wanted to just do a different kind of lane for work, I guess.
Yeah.
Or what pushed you into that?
Growing up was like a little different. My mom became sick. She had ovarian cancer for the first time.
How old were you?
I had to be like young, like 9.
Oh, wow.
8.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I have four brothers. One passed away and one sister.
4 brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Like, what did they think when
Nothing.
they found... Okay.
Because our family was so separated.
Okay.
It was like nobody couldn't tell me anything. Like, nobody can say nothing about me because I was making money. I was sending it off to people. They couldn't tell me nothing, and nobody really didn't say anything to me. It was more of like, look, just do it and get out. Like, they weren't condoning it, but it was just like I was always that wild child in a way because of the things that happened to me. So growing up, I watched my mom be sick a lot, and she would work jobs to make ends meet, and she would, spend her last to make sure that we were right, as far as look wise for school. And I was molested at the age of 13. And my mother at that time picked him over me. So then she flew me to New York. And from there, I had like a relationship with my father, but not so much, because it was like, as a child, you see your parents go at it and you don't understand much. So I just was like, I ain't got nothing to really, I don't owe you anything. So I was like the rebel. I was already going through, dang, my mom done sent me away. So it's like, I don't even trust neither one of y'all.
Right.
Like, so I was just angry, and I would skip school, and I went and looked at an ad on Craigslist and went to Philly on a China bus and thought it was for like just pictures for young people. And it wasn't. It was actually a whole house consisting of over 20 something girls.
Wow. So it's kind of like sex trafficking.
Basically. And I was nervous, and I took a drink, and I took a couple more and just stayed.
And
like,
how
I would go
old
back
were you?
and forth for like 15,
Wow.
like going into like 15. And my dad never knew until I said something to
And you were staying
He
with him
thought
at
I
the
was
time.
just, and so he got so fed up with me that he built my room in the garage, like built me a hole. And I would
Where
never,
did
like,
you
I was
say
just,
you were going?
I was just a rebel. I didn't tell him anything.
You just
I was just
disappeared?
skipping it. Didn't catch up until they was like, she's about to fail high school.
So did they call the house when
Like,
you
she's
didn't go to
gonna
school
fail
and stuff?
I wasn't trying to hear nothing. My dad did everything. I graduated though with a 3.2. I graduated high school eventually. I did all the summer classes, and there was one incident when I was in, it's crazy because one of the girls I'm still extremely close with, she found me on Instagram, and we would just talk about everything. She's like kind of like a big sister. And I did that in my documentary. I redid the story in my documentary, showing people like what I've been through. And it was this guy, he was a photographer, and he was one of my customers. And he's like, there's a strip club. You're about to be 18. I really suggest that you do that instead of, and this is in Philly, I'd rather you do that than this. You're just too much. Like, you're so different. It's something about you that's so different. And I took his word. He got me in the job, and I ended up dancing at Onyx in Philly.
Wow.
And I stopped, and I never looked back. So I had this anger about me, where how I just my demeanor was like, you're gonna pay me. Like, but I was still sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, once I went through all those things, by the time I was in the strip club, I was a beast, like at 18. Like,
wow.
I'm at that time porcelain doll. I didn't know what my name was. And then I heard somebody say Jhonni Blaze, and I was like, that's my name. And I switched the spelling of it. So I was just like, this is who I am. And I went with it. I went from there, but I always had this like, I'm here. You're not going to ignore me. Like, that's it. So,
I think the situation with your mom is very interesting. I think a lot of people go through that.
Yeah.
What was the conversation like when you finally told her that was what was happening to you? What was her reaction? And what did you say?
She didn't believe me. Because at that time, I had fell in a pool, and they had me on medicine for my teeth, because I had fell in a pool and chipped out all my teeth. So I've been going through surgery with my teeth for a long time. And I'm actually getting my last surgery. Thank you, God, to get my teeth completely like just veneered out and pretty so I could sing. And at that time, I fell in the pool, and they had me on codeine, and it was so strong. So my mom felt like I was hallucinating.
Oh.
I wasn't hallucinating. This was something that was very traumatizing. The apartment we lived in is still like gives flashbacks from things that have happened. Yeah. Like, I would shower, and he would have like the makeup compacts, because our house shifted a little bit. It was kind of like the doors are slanted. So you're able to put a compact mirror under the door and be able to watch me take my clothes off. I would literally see a compact go like this and then pull back. And I still, to this day, like, remember everything. Like, knock on the door and be like, let me use the restroom. I have to pee real quick. And I'm like, I'm showering. I have to go to school. And he'll go in there, and I'll be washing my face in the shower. You know how you go like this to go and like, see because of the suds in your eye. And I would look over and literally see him peeking in the shower. Like,
where was your mom at this time?
I didn't say anything because I didn't know if I was tripping.
Right.
I really thought, like, as a kid, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, it's so crazy because I haven't spoken about this in so long. So it's like emotional. I'm sorry.
No, definitely.
So I think it was like,
Okay.
So I told my mom and she didn't believe me. And she ended up putting me in a teenage, like, I guess it's like an insane asylum or whatever, like those, they keep you. And when they was about to let me out, she gave me a choice. She's like, you're either going to stay here or I'm going to send you to your father. And I was like, I'm not staying here because I know I'm not crazy. So you're going to send me to New York. And she sent me away. So it was a lot for me.
Did he deny it?
I don't think he ever, to this day, I don't think he ever told my mom, like literally sat her in the face and said what he did. And that's what bothers me. They're divorced now. I paid for the divorce. So it's like, when I got on TV, I don't think nobody knew how much fucking hell I went through. So you get this young girl, you know what I'm saying? And it's not for nobody to feel bad. I don't want somebody to ever feel bad for me. It's more of like, I was just angry. Mm-hmm. Drinking was like, I could do like 3-4 bottles. Like, it was nothing. I get on TV, I'm with Rich Dollars and these people, I don't know who you are, so I'm going to fight you. I'm just angry. My boyfriend had died. Mm-hmm. People were assuming because of my anger and just fighting with people that she had to be the reason why he died and this is her fault. So I'm going through that. And then my mom and me, and it was just so much. It was a lot. So it made me into a beast. I was just angry at the world, like just mad. Just the TV show trying to pitch like, well, let's talk about this and possibly get your stepfather on here. And I'm thinking about my baby brother because he's in school.
And that's his dad.
And I'm like, bro, they're going to slaughter him in school because that's what kids do. And so I'm thinking about everybody else again except for myself. And I just held it in. So over the years, I grew to figure out how to accomplish and overlook things and still forgive my mom. And we had a little talk and, you know, I forgave her and we're like the best of friends. But it was just, I guess I cried now because I never really sat and really thought about it. Like I think about it, but I don't think about it because it's something that you don't want to think about. So it's more of like, whoa, I done been through so much stuff, but I'm still like this happy, very caring, very loving, like I believe in love, like type of person. And it does hurt sometimes when people are like, she's this, she can't be controlled, she has an attitude, and I'm like the complete opposite. I am such a sensitive gangster. Like I will cry and instantly if somebody hurts my feelings. Cause it's just like, I don't want to be angry. I'm not even angry at, you know, that man. Like I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. It's just you were wrong. Mm-hmm. But I don't have hate in my body. And I do believe that is what people can't understand about me. Like my mom says it all the time, like, I am so shocked that you're not like this evil ball of like person. I just, it's not in me. It takes too much energy to be like that. I have so much talent, so much music, so much gifts that once I just can figure, which I've been figuring it out, and now I've accomplished it, to let this platform I have and show people that you can go through things and really use the music and your talent to accomplish and be successful. That's when I just was like, you know what, it's cool. Like they're going to catch on eventually. Takes time. God got me. It's all about timing and it's working now. So that's what I use. I use all of that I've been through to push me. And it's crazy because you'd be like, you did it yourself. It's just the people that you have to have around you.
Mm-hmm. Your team.
Yeah.
Does she believe you now? What was that conversation like where she's like, okay.
Because I told her. I was, it's the same story. I mean, somebody that's lying about something like that, that's not a lie, and I do believe that she knows now. And that's what pushed her to the divorce. And even now when we speak about it, like, I felt like my stepbrother. I don't even call him my stepbrother. It's like my baby brother. I love him to death. And he's like, I don't never have a favorite brother, but I feel like he's the one that I'm more sensitive to because of everything. And my mom says it a lot. She's like, he feels like I don't love him as much. And I'm just like,
why?
What? Like, I adore you. Like, I love my brother to death, so that played a lot. And it was just more of me having to tell her and tell her everything. My mom was heartbroken. I know she was heartbroken because it put a strain on our relationship. But now it's like, you would never think, like how me and my mom act, you'd be like, what? Like, how are y'all so close? Like, that's my best friend. Besides my dad being my best friend, that's my best friend. Because I don't know what kind of heart God gave me, but I am always forgiving through my relationships with guys when they would cheat, when they would hurt me, physical abuse, everything. I would be the one to be like, it's okay. Like, I love you so much. Like, just stay with me. I will always been the giving and caring and forgiving one. So I guess it just plays a role with who I am. So that it was basically like that. I told her and then I think like less than 6 months, I paid for the divorce.
Wow.
And it's been me and her ever since.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.